Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's July and it is hot. You ever thought that finding quality plants here at Home Depot in the middle of summer is really hard? What if I told you I found a few heat-loving plants here that I think you would absolutely love? Well, come on in, let's have a quick hang. I'm gonna show you the July inventory here at Home Depot. Our average temperature in July here in Zone 8 hovers around 98 degrees, so yeah, it's hot. You can tell Home Depot pulled back a bit on the flowering stuff, especially the annuals and combo planters. So in this video, we're zeroing in on the heat lovers, full sun hidden gems that can really take the heat. First up, we have a sleeper hit. The purple hopseed bush brings that rich burgundy color year round, and it thrives in full sun and brutal heat. Once established, it only needs deep watering every couple of weeks, so no fancy feeding schedules either. Just hit it with a slow release fertilizer in early spring and you're good to go. The Fortnight Lily is a clean, classy, and tough as nails plant. It's going to bloom in waves every couple of weeks, that's why it has the name, and it handles the sun and heat like a pro. You only have to water it once a week in the summer, maybe a little more during heat waves, and a light dose of all-purpose fertilizer in the early spring will keep those blooms coming all year long. Obsession Andina brings bold, fiery color without the drama. Its deep red foliage sticks around all year, adding texture and contrast to any sunny spot. It's drought tough, but only once it's established, so just make sure to water it weekly in the summer, and you can add a slow release fertilizer in the spring to keep it looking sharp. I always love seeing this one around. This is the King Sago. It adds instant structure and that prehistoric vibe. Heat hardy, sun loving, low maintenance. You only gotta water it once every 10 to 14 days, and you can skip that fertilizer. Alright, check this one out, the Mexican Fan Palm. If you're going for that classic desert look, this one delivers. It grows tall, gets dramatic fast, and honestly doesn't need much. Full sun, obviously. Water it maybe every couple of weeks once it's settled in. And if you want to keep it green and happy, toss some palm fertilizer on it a couple times a year, spring, summer, fall, that's about it. This plant here's got some serious character, the black olive tree. It's going to give you a big canopy, structural shape, and it loves the heat. Just give it a deep water every couple of weeks and you're good to go. We just bought one of these a few weeks ago. This is the firecracker plant. It's got these wispy stems that just explode with red blooms, and the pollinators love it. It handles the full sun no problem, and it actually does better if you don't baby it. You only gotta water it once or twice a week in the summer, and a little bloom booster in spring will keep it looking wild. Man, this one always turns heads, the pink muley grass. In the fall, it throws up soft cotton candy clouds of pink. It's super low maintenance too. Plus, it loves full sun and barely needs water once it's established. Maybe a deep soak every couple of weeks, and that's it. No fertilizer unless your soil's really rough. Alright, the Rio Salado Desert Willow. This one's awesome. Big purple blooms all summer, and it's totally unfazed by the heat. It's technically a tree, but it's got that light, airy feel. Hummingbirds go nuts for it. You only gotta water it once a week while it's young, and then you can cut back. Maybe fertilize it in the spring, but honestly, it does its own thing without needing much help. Thryallis is one of those plants people commonly overlook, but it shouldn't be. It's covered in bright yellow blooms all summer, and it handles the heat like a champ. Full sun, low water once it's established, and honestly, it thrives on neglect. Just give it a slow release fertilizer in the spring and let it do its thing. If you're after a classic hedge with a little bit of flair, the red tip Photonia or red robin is a solid pick. Its new growth pops out bright red, then fades to glossy green. It grows fast, handles the sun, and can take the heat once it's settled in. You only gotta water it weekly the first year, and then just keep your eye on it. A spring fertilizer helps to push out that fresh color every new season. Ixora Maui Red brings serious tropical energy, tight clusters of bright red blooms that stick around most of the year. It's gonna love the heat, but it does appreciate a little bit of afternoon shade if you're in a scorcher zone like ours. Water it a couple times a week during the summer, and then you only gotta feed it monthly with an acid-loving plant fertilizer to keep those blooms fired up. It's great for borders, pots, or anywhere else you want a little bit of color. This one's one of my personal favorites, the Red Hot Poker, and boy does it have attitude. It throws up these tall, flame-colored spikes that look like torches in the garden. Super heat tough, loves full sun, and the pollinators can't stay away. You only gotta water it once a week in the summer, maybe a little bit of less when it's established, and give it some bloom fertilizer in the spring, and you'll be good to go on this plant as well. Since we're talking about heat loving, how about cactus and succulents? This one is the Moroccan mound. It's sculptural, funky, and totally sunproof. It is a zero fuss plant, and you only gotta water it about once a month. This is a sun goddess and a total showstopper. Tall, spiny, and it throws out those huge blooms when it feels like it. Full sun and barely needs any water. I gotta take a moment and talk about this one. This is a succulent I had not ever really seen before at the store. It's a fan aloe. It brings serious sculptural vibes. Those fan-shaped leaves, man, they really steal the show. It's gonna love sun, barely sips on any water, and it basically thrives on neglect. The rainbow elephant bush is a colorful, low-growing succulent with cream and pink edge leaves that really pop in full sun. It's super drought tolerant, just water it every couple of weeks, and perfect for containers or bright, dry garden spots. Aloe freckles is compact, quirky, and super chill. I really dig those spotted leaves. It gives it personality, and it's happy in full sun or bright shade. You only have to water it once every couple of weeks, but make sure to let it dry out in between water. The last section we're going to cover today are fruiting plants. This one's a hidden gem if you're into edible landscaping. The sweet Barbados cherry. It pumps out bright red cherries packed with vitamin C. They are tart and sweet, and they are perfect for fresh snacking or jelly. It's going to love full sun, and it really just shrugs off the heat. You only got to water it once or twice a week in the summer, and then if you hit it with some organic tree fertilizer in the spring, it's going to keep producing strong all season long. This next one's a total show-off, the purple possum passion flower. Say that fast 3 times. This is going to bring tropical vibes with wild exotic blooms and edible fruit. It loves full sun and can handle the heat like it's no big deal. You only got to water it deeply a couple times a week during the summer. Feed it monthly with a balanced fertilizer to keep the flowers and fruit coming. And don't sleep on these little 1-gallon lemon and lime trees. They may look small for now, but with a little love, they're going to grow into full-size fruit producers. Just give them full sun, water a couple times a week during the first year, and make sure to protect them from hard freezes. You only got to feed it monthly with the citrus fertilizer, and in a few years, you'll be picking fresh fruit right off your own tree. All right, this one stopped us in our tracks, the Okinawa spinach. We've never seen it at Home Depot before, but it's a cool weather leafy green with striking purple undersides. It's gonna grow like a ground cover, and yes, you can eat it. Use it like spinach in salads or stir fries. It's gonna like part sun to full sun, watering a couple times a week. And if you add a little bit of compost or veggie fertilizer, it's gonna keep growing stronger and stronger. I love me a blueberry bush. Yeah, even out here in the desert, it can be done. These guys need full sun and acidic soil, but with the right pot and some love, they'll produce sweet berries year after year. You only gotta water them a couple times a week, and make sure to use fertilizer made for acid-loving plants. If you're into peppers like we are, now is the time. Home Depot's got a really solid mix going right now, and it's probably one of the plants they had the most of. From sweet bells to spicy jalapenos and even a few wild cards, these plants, they love the heat, so full sun all day is perfect. You just gotta make sure to keep the soil moist but not soggy. That means you gotta water it 2 to 3 times a week in the peak of summer. If you toss in some veggie fertilizer every few weeks, you'll be picking fresh peppers before you know it. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and checking out some of these heat-tough hidden gems. We always appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. If you saw something that you liked, drop a comment below or hit that like button. We'll catch you in the next video, and until then, stay cool and keep growing.